Yo, great rising. Big Monday is here, and it's time to get started. Look, I love what Swiss Beats and Timberland are doing with these versus battles, but you gotta give me Chris Brown and Usher just one time, hit for hit. But look, Chris Brown said it. He said the only way that he's going to do a versus battle is if it's Chris Brown versus Chris Brown. And I love it because this is Chris Brown saying that there's nobody in my lane. It's only me versus me out here. And look, I've been hearing you. You've been saying to yourself that it feels like it's you versus life, you versus your crisis, you versus the COVID, you versus your finances, you versus your anxiety. Look, I get it, but you got to hear what Chris Brown is saying. He's saying it's you versus you. You are your biggest challenge. So I want to take you from being your biggest challenge to being your biggest solution with three things. Number one, you just got to know your worth. Know your worth, because they tried to put Jay-Z up against DMX. Come on, knock it off. Jay-Z is killing that all day. Then they tried to put Chris Brown up against Trey Songz. And Chris Brown came out of nowhere and he said, enough is enough. I know my worth. It's only me versus me. So I want you to announce the same thing. It's you versus you. Know your worth. Nobody's built like you. You are not average. So stop mixing and mingling with any little battle that comes your way. So what I'm saying to you is that there's no level of anxiety that's on your level. There's no level of depression or financial issues that's on your level. I need you to know your worth. Secondly, I want you to outdo the last thing that you've done. Yep, not the last thing that your mentor, not the last thing that the celebrities online has done. No, I need you to outdo the last thing that you've done. Continue to raise your bar so you can reach it. Continue to move your finish line so you can cross it. Outdo the last thing that you've done. Look, when Chris Brown first came out, he had 12 to 15 songs on his albums. Then he moved it up to 25. Then he went up to 42. Now on his last album, he had 57 songs. Outdo the last thing that you've done. And lastly, I want you to know that it's a celebration, not a competition. When they do the versus battles, both of the artists come together and they listen to each other's music and they celebrate. It's not a competition, it's a celebration. Look, you've been competing with life and you are not in shape to outrun the challenges that you're facing in life right now. So start celebrating. If you don't have anything to celebrate, make something up. Celebrate the fact that you have the movement of your limbs, clothes on your back, food to eat, air to breathe. Celebrate the fact that we're talking about verses, but it is not your battle. The battle is already dominated by God. So just start celebrating. You ain't gotta fight this. Your arms are too short to fight this anyway. Start celebrating and use these 3 steps as stepping stones to go from good to great to phenomenal to unstuck. Look, know your worth. Outdo the last thing that you've done and continue to celebrate. You ain't gotta compete, dominate by celebrating. And you'll see yourself go to a whole new level. It's Lee Jr. Have a good week.